Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Jacob of Paradox Multimedia here, and I almost forgot to record this. I've been under the weather the last couple of days, and also I have been really busy with some stuff going on IRL, but I wanted to get this out to you guys as soon as possible. I'm recording this Tuesday night. It's probably going to come out Wednesday. Sorry, it's a little later than I wanted to. This video, I'm going to be going over the winners of the Chime Era Remix Contest. Now, that concluded on the 27th. There was a 1-week extension, and then on the 30th we did a live stream, me and my friends Kelsey, Luna, Brandon, and Sean, and we listened to the submissions for the contest. When you're starting with last place and going up to first place, listing the reasons I liked and didn't like the songs, pros and cons. You'll also be hearing a sample of each track while I'm talking about it, so if you enjoy it, want to check it out, I'm sure everyone's going to be uploading there soon, and if they haven't, just bug them, I guess, to upload it. But yeah, let's get into it. So last place, and I say last place just because I ranked it lower than the others, but it's definitely not bad by any means, is Jack the Hack's remix. Now, Jack did really well in the last contest, and I only placed him lower this time because we had so many good submissions. Literally, every single submission was great to listen to, enjoyed listening to them. Jack's in particular I liked because it was a departure from his normal style. He has a certain kind of like old retro kind of style in most of his music. And not that that's bad, I like it most of the time. I think this more modern sounding music is good for him to diversify his work. That being said, I've only really listened to Amy Bell, so I don't know if his other monikers that he releases music under have a different sound than that normally does. I also like the inclusion of the vocals, though they did get kind of repetitive throughout the song. I wish there was more to the vocals than just the same few recordings. It was also a pretty decent length long. I'm a stickler for length. Typically, I like music to be a certain length, and if it's shorter, it doesn't make it bad, but it does, affect my opinion of it. I also really like the bells that he included in the second half of the song. Very good. I do have to say that the drums didn't quite sound like they fit the rest of the mix. They just kind of sounded like they were on their own. Also, the song, while good, doesn't really change much throughout, and you don't have to get super crazy with the development of a song, but I feel like this one could have used a few more elements to spice it up in places. So moving on to 5th place, Do What You Lovely's remix, aka Kelsey. Kelsey's was pretty good. I liked the jazzy electro swing feel to it. It's a very creative departure from the style of the original, which is kind of like sci-fi, but I feel like, it's not too sci-fi. I also really liked the transitional kind of trumpet trombone fill, I guess. I don't really know the right word for it. If somebody does, let me know down in the description. The main thing about it is that it's rather short. I think it's only about a minute and a half. That being said, I feel like while there's plenty of movement and development, that the song doesn't resolve as well as it could have. I also think the first half is a little weaker, and honestly, I think the percussion was a little too soft. I wish it was punchier, not just in being louder, but also the percussion sounds used felt a little too, quiet for the mix. Up next for 4th place is a newcomer named Anshul, or Anshul? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name. As with each contest before this one, there's always at least one new person who shows up that none of us have heard of, but ends up making an impression. And in this case, Anshul made a pretty good impression. His remix was pretty interesting with a glitch hop style, and the vocal chops were very engaging. It has a very surreal kind of feel, the sort of music that makes you want to listen with your eyes closed and just see where your imagination takes you. And there was a sort of panning in the second half that I really enjoyed. That being said, the drop/chorus felt like there could have been a little more going on in the first half, and the percussion in the second verse just kind of felt a little off. I'm not sure if if it was just like the sounds that were used or the timing of it. It didn't really hit with me. Definitely not bad, none of these are, but they certainly don't stand up to the top 3, which brings me to 3rd place, Soundwave. While this is the first contest of mine that Soundwave has entered, he's pretty well known in the part of the indie music community that I frequent. With his melodic house remix, I gotta say, that lead, man, dang, that was a pretty good addition. That, paired with the loud house drums and fantastic drops, came together to make a pretty good remix. I also really like how you adapted the melody in the second verse. You changed it into something completely its own, and I really appreciate that. The only things I really have to say about this, though, are that the piano is a little loud in some parts, and the ending's a little awkward. Following that up is 2nd place, this time being Delta Flux. That's right, our 1st place winner for the last 2 contests has finally been dethroned. Now, that's not to say his remix isn't anything to write home about. The opening is very Bejeweled-esque, and as anyone will tell you, I am a big fan of the Bejeweled OSTs. It's a very unique Complextro remix, as always, and very energetic. That being said, it's a lot more ambient this time around than his previous remixes. But with the inclusion of the vocal chop / synth towards the end, it's still really amazing. All I can really say is it doesn't seem to be as powerful as his past remixes. I can't quite describe it, but there's something about it that just feels like it's missing. Speaking of missing, let's move on to 1st place. This time, our 1st place winner is Ghostomodachi, or Ghostomo. His remix in the last contest was very close to winning 1st place, so I find it pretty fitting that he was able to topple Delta Flux this time. Everything about this remix was amazing. The Bit Crush opening is a very lovely electronic feel and is just super energetic and powerful. It has exactly what Delta Flux's was missing. The vocals are really good, though I wish they were a little easier to understand. They get kind of lost in the reverb. In this one, he brings back that ticking clock fill that I enjoyed from the last one, and holy crap, the drops in this one are just perfect. This one has a much cleaner mix than the previous one, in my opinion, and the ending, I won't spoil, but just whoa. And that's it for the Chime Era Remix Contest. I'll be reaching out to the 1st and 2nd place winners for their prizes soon, and I will be uploading the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place remixes to my channel as well. So, how do you feel about the entries? Do you think Ghostomo won fair and square? Do you think Delta Flux should have won again? Do you think these other guys stood a better chance? Let me know in the description, and also let me know what your favorite remix was. That being said, we have one more remix for the Space and Sorrows album coming in a few months. This one will be for the song Shining Star, and I'm really excited to see what people do with this one. So keep an eye out for when that's announced, and if you want to keep up to date on things going on with the remix contest and other content on this channel, be sure to subscribe, and also why not leave a like on this video and comment down below. Like I said, let me know your favorite remix, and let me know if you think anybody else should have won. Do you think you would have won if you entered? Be sure to check out the next one so you can prove it. I hope you enjoy this, and also keep an eye out for the full live stream, which will be coming soon, so you can see our first-hand reactions. Anyways, that's all for now. Hope you have a great dinner seeing this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!